Fast as I can see it. Anyway, this is by Linda Ellis. I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that they spent alive on earth, and now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we owe, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we lived and loved, and how we spent our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are those things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a while. So when your eulogy is being read, when your life's actions to rehearse, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? That's it. Seeing as we're reflecting, I'll do something about the old times, looking back. This is a piece called Changing Times, written by a man from County Sligo called Joe Cascadden. And I suppose Ray would remember these times. I've seen so many changes in the years I've been around. The half crown, the 10 shilling note is gone, and too, the paper pound. Like the hen with the clutch of chickens, or the sow with the bun of small, the sixpence and the threepenny bit, we've no use for them at all. The bungalow has replaced the cottage that was once whitewashed and thatched, just like the sliced pan has replaced Patsy Murphy's batch. And the herring on a Friday that helped to keep the fast, but that was long, long ago, a thought of times long past. The country butter too has lost its place where once it reigned supreme, like the brown bag full of sugar or the enamel bucket full of cream. There's no use for the churn now, those things are much too old. Now the butter comes from the kingdom and we call it Kerrygold. The square tins of biscuits on the shop floor neatly stacked, now they're in the supermarket already vacuum packed. And the 100-weight bag of flour from whence we got the sheets, and the nappy for the baby, but you have to be discreet. The blue stone and washing soda has been replaced by Ditane 945. With all those bloody chemicals, it's a wonder we're still alive. And that awful smell of slurry put out by Farmer Tim, the language that we used in it won't be found on many hymns. That was Tommy Makem and the Clancy brothers. Do you remember them? 'Twas long before local radio or even 2FM. 'Twas mighty all the songs they had and the way they came across. I wonder what happened to Dinjo, dear Frankie, or the Kennedys of Cashel Ross. A range was bought to heat the house, it just has come to mind. A brand new creamy one, a Stanley number 9. And the skillet pot that boiled the spuds for many years before found its self-grown pansies outside the kitchen door. The turf slaw neat with rust stuck on the rafters of the shed with the sausage machine and the hopper to cut the turf instead. And the corn crake has disappeared from that field below the town. Just like the thrasher too, he's bit the dust, that bird of high renown. The arrival of the telly to the rambling house was such a blow. You couldn't say a word while they were watching Talca Row, or The Fugitive, or The Reardons. They were always on the screen, long before Glenroe had ever hit the scene. And then we got the fridge. Well, Jesus, that was great. It kept the bloody blue bottles off the bit of meat. No place to put your long johns or even store your socks, but deadly for the drop of milk when it comes in the cardboard box. The arrival of the toilet with its almighty flush Sure, it made a change from going behind the bush. And the lovely rolls of paper all coloured pink and green, all designed to make sure that your bum was squeaky clean. But now they have the beejet, and you wouldn't know how to describe it. I suppose all you do is sit down and put your private parts inside it. Then you pull the handle and turn on the power. Anyway you look at it, you'll give your ass a shower. These are just some of the things that regularly come to mind. Take a look around you and many more you'll find. So the more I think about it, it brings me close to tears. So we'll head off through the 90s and we'll play it all by ear. Sinead,